Hello, I'm TheZOMBIEJ, and this is another video. Time for a change of scenery. I'm in the living room. You can probably hear my voice as an echo now, so yay. Good job, dog. Anyway, so we're going to talk about fan-created media. Now, what is fan-created media? Well, this is something that should be quite self-explanatory. Fan-created media is, well, basically, stuff, franchise-related stuff, created by fans. Fan films, fan games, fan comics, fan books, all kinds of projects that have existed. And we're focusing on Bionicle today because with the recent death of Bionicle Masks of Power, and with the subsequent aftermath, it seems like that fan-created media nowadays seems to be, under fire from the major corporations, and that's not a good thing. It really isn't. Masks of Power was a promising fan game that definitely showed the passion that these developers had, formerly Team Konohi. They wanted their dream Bionicle game to come to fruition, and it seems like they were on their way to successfully creating a free-to-play open world RPG set in Bionicle 2001 era. And LEGO was alright with it until they got a new legal team, and that's when the shit hit the fan. IPs, I tell you. So, with that project being shut down by it seems like nowadays that fan-created media, if it's too professional looking, or if it looks, to be fair, the game was done in Unreal Engine, so, if it's gonna look professional using a professional engine that everybody else is using, then out the door it goes. And that's bullshit. It really is. Just because a fan-created game is used in Unreal Engine 5 doesn't mean that it has to be flushed down the toilet. However, Team Konohi, now known as Unmasked Games, are taking their experience with this game, their 8 years of hard work, and they're going to learn from it. They're taking everything they've learned to build a new game called Project Rustbound, and they've already released some concept stuff and whatnot. It's in the concept stage, and they released an album called Scrap Metal, which is fantastic stuff. I'll probably review that soon. We all need to learn from this whole fiasco regarding LEGO against, or at least LEGO's lawyers against fan-created media. Ignition 3, a fan film, Battle for Power. It's going to be focusing on the 2008 storyline. Yeah, don't be surprised if that gets shut down either. It's supposedly the most ambitious fan film. Well, it can't be any more ambitious than the Island of Doom or Sea of Darkness fan films, which are fantastic stop motion, along with some extra stuff here and there too. I'm looking forward to Battle for Power, but don't be surprised if those if that film gets shut down too, because the lawyers just have to ruin everything for everybody, I guess. Quest for Matanui also seems to be in a bit of a negative stasis. It seems like, after Craney passed away, that it seems like the rest of the development team is really going nowhere with this project, and it seems like Quest for Matanui has gone into a development hell, despite the promising visuals and whatnot. Honestly, I'd prefer Mask of Power, but you know. And Legend of Matanui Rebuilt, while that is basically a finishing up an old unfinished game, they can't take that down, obviously. So, because that's not a fan-created game, but still fans finishing a professional game or whatever. Fanfics are also a thing, but LEGO tends to ignore those because, well, it's just fan stories created using characters from an IP that LEGO's not even doing anything with. Hey, LEGO, legal team of LEGO, if you want to be useful, get LEGO to do something with the IP instead of just letting it sleep. Fanfics are cool because, well, there's definitely some interesting ideas that go into these stories and whatnot. I myself am trying to get a fanfic, a romantic one, obviously, off the ground running, but it's hard to, you know, even sit down and write this shit. I've read some fanfics that are pretty good. I've seen ones that are, well, a bit mid, but at the same time, you know. And there was going to be a fan-made CGI film at some point. We're not going to talk about that. I think all of you even know exactly what that is. Yeah, it's... I might save that for a separate video. But, yeah. When it comes to fan-created media with Bionicle, us as creators, you know, we are trying to express ourselves in a creative way with our, you know, favorite franchise of LEGO, and that's Bionicle. But seems like nowadays that's a thing that the corporates don't give a shit about. They don't give a shit about our passions. They don't give a shit about our feelings. It's all about money for them at the end of the day. At the end of the day, LEGO's lawyers canceled Mask of Power just to make themselves feel good. And that's fucking balls. See what happens when the law gets involved. There are other fan films, and there were short films that were done too that you can find on YouTube. There's a full-length one called Bionicle Origins. There's a couple of recent ones. One came out last year called Bionicle Path to Power. Fully stop motion, but really good stop motion. And then there's one that came out earlier this year called Light in the Multiverse. I'm pretty sure that focuses on Takanuva, and, you know, his going through portals and whatnot to get through alternate dimensions. But I could be wrong about that. But hey, it would make an interesting fan film. And there are other fan films. There's a short film that takes place in Metro Nui that has an interesting art style. I can't remember the name of it. There are countless fan projects that have been done. Even just animation tests. Vrano is famous for his 2008 Bionicle, or Bionicle in general, tests, little animation bits. He did a quick one with Takanuva and Icarax. And that was pretty cool. It was nice to see Icarax in animation. What we need from Verano is Toa Ignica. I mean, seriously, where's Toa Ignica? I mean, seriously, what the fuck? And those projects have all been relatively successful. As I've said, Ignition 1 and 2 are long, but fantastic fan films of stop motion, and it's an extra bit of production in there. And so it seems like Battle for Power is going to be the ultimate fan film in this trilogy. So that would be cool. As far as other fan-created media, music, there's some good stuff out there. Music composed for fan games, that is pretty good. I've listened to a lot of stuff. I found some stuff on SoundCloud that is pretty good too. Yeah, so there's nothing to complain about when it comes to the music. There are a couple albums by Bionicle Music Team. I think is the name of the project. Tales of the Amaja, I think, is one of them, and I can't remember the other. Matanui, Music Chronicle. I don't know. Point is, those are two albums that are pretty damn good, and I'm pretty sure those are on Bandcamp. I'm pretty sure you can still download them, but yeah. So. And of course, fan comics are a thing too. Those were big back during G1's run. Fans were making their own comics. There was a what was it? It was a Dark 709 or something like that. Y'all probably remember Dark. They did some fantastic work with their comics that I would find on, was it Brickshelf or BZ Power? I don't remember. Point is, Dark did some great, pseudo-animated comics, which were pretty damn fun. If I can find those, if anybody can find those still, link them to me in the comment section below. Yeah, if those still exist, I would love to revisit those and, go down a trip down memory lane. So, because that would be fucking awesome. Speaking of awesome, tea. Fan-created media is a good thing. It expands the creative output of the people who are creating these things. And for one of those things to get shut down, it really says something about the corporates. Obviously, there are more projects that I've probably missed, but I know there are some that I haven't said about yet. Well, that's because there's just so many out there that are pretty good. There is fan art that's pretty good too. If I recall, an original BioTuber from the early days of BioTube, Moon Werewolf Air, she did some Bionicle art, and unfortunately it's not on her channel anymore, I think, but hey, she did some cool stuff. Oh god, what else? Random Bionicle videos. BioTube was perfect for that too, just random Bionicle videos with bits, audio bits of movies and whatnot in the background, and it's just fun, enjoyable, little random videos and whatnot to get excited by. You can still find some of that today. I've tried my best to do videos like that, but I failed miserably. So yeah. Fan created media is something that the corporates shouldn't get involved in, because hey, it means more stuff for the Bionicle community in general to digest and have fun with. There's some promising stuff out there, and there are some creators who are very passionate about what they're doing, and if someone tries to ruin that for them, well, fuck the people who are ruining it for them. I've made my own Bionicle videos in the past, and Bionicle series. I will admit, some of those series were a little, and I will try to bring back some old series, but it's not going to be anytime soon. It'll probably be late this year or something like that, maybe fall at the earliest. And I've got some new series to at least attempt to make. I'm trying to think. There's a lot of other fan games that existed too. I think there was a Metro Nui online game, fan game that was unfinished, but hey, it was still interesting. I never played it myself because I didn't know it existed back then. But yeah. There's a game called Bionicle Fighters, which I tried to play and I failed miserably, so I deleted it. And good job, Cat. You can successfully jump over a gate. Wow. So, yeah, I mean, what do you guys think about fan-created media? And let me know in the comment section below. And do you think that, well, the corporates should get involved? They really shouldn't, because, well, why do they care? I mean, I get copyright infringement is a thing, but that doesn't matter when when Lego is not doing anything with the IP themselves. We need more fan-created media. And when a big one is taken down, that's a massive blow to the community. That's a massive fuck you to the community from Lego and their lovers. So, yeah. There has also been restoration projects as well, which are interesting. I don't know if that's fan-created media or not, but overall, fan-created media is interesting stuff. It shows how passionate the fans are to make their own shit with IP we all love to this day. Bionicle's been around, well, even though Lego's not doing anything with it, but Bionicle existed for 25 years. Since 2000, at least in Europe. And we're still going strong as best as we can. But it's kind of hard to when lawyers get involved and whatnot. And some projects have failed to get off the ground running. There was a project, I don't remember what it was called, but I have the soundtrack for it. It's I even posted the soundtrack on my channel, so Quest for the Masks, I think is what it was called. That's it was supposed to be either a fan game or a fan movie or a fan series, whatever it was. There was some animation blips that existed, clips that existed, and other bits and bobs. But the music is what you want to go for when it comes to that. That just kind of failed, I mean, it didn't really go anywhere besides everything that they already had. So, and at the end of the day, was it going to be good? Hell if I know. But that's another thing. Projects that get stuck in development hell, and that's always a thing that worries me, because it feels like projects like Quest for Matanui are also in development hell, and that they are not going to go anywhere. Especially when the main creator behind the project, the main brain behind the project is, well, dead. And yeah, how's the team going to move on with the project after that? They might as well stop making the game at that point. But yeah, so and obviously there are folks like Hexadecimal Mantis who is digging up stuff in the code of Bionicle the game, for example, and finding all kinds of unused content and whatnot, cut content. And that is another thing that is pretty fucking cool. It shows how dedicated fans are to learning things about Bionicle that we didn't know. So, behind the development of games and whatnot, there's some cut content from Bionicle Heroes too, I'm sure. I haven't found it, but I don't dig through the code of video games. I'm not a professional. So, but yeah, there's some unused music, some unused models, some unused animations. There's all kinds of shit. And Hexadecimal Mantis has been hard at work at showing us this stuff. So, good job, Hex. And there's just so much other stuff. There's so much great things that the community is trying their best to do. And yeah, so I encourage you to tell me in the comment section below what your favorite fan film, fan fics, fan comics, fan whatever. What's your favorite fan created media in Bionicle? And let me know that in the comment section below. Honestly, I can't tell you my favorite because I haven't dug through it all. I've seen a lot of great stuff out there, but it's kind of hard to tell what's my absolute favorite. I love the direction that Bionicle Masks of Power was going, but for that to get shut down was a massive fuck you to us. But, at the end of the day, it is what it is. So, and I'm not defending Lego on that part. So, but it's just a real shame that project had to get killed. And again, it seems like it was only killed just to make the legal team feel good about themselves. That's arrogance right there. So, I hope you all enjoyed this video. Are you looking forward to Battle for Power coming out? I just really hope it doesn't get shut down. It's not going to, probably because the stop motion will most likely be on par with Island of Doom and Sea of Darkness. Chances are, maybe slightly better, but again, if it looks professional, it goes out the window, and that is not a good thing. That's something that fan-created media should be embraced by the community, as well as the IP holders. But unfortunately, when it comes to things like Star Trek, fan films and fan projects get shut down almost immediately after it was revealed. I'm not the biggest Star Trek fan anyway, so it doesn't really bother me. But it bothers me when a Bionicle game done by passionate fans it just gets shut down, and I cry because of this. Yeah, thanks a lot, Lego. But yeah, so I hope you all enjoyed this video. I'll come back with a couple of more videos today, so stay tuned for more videos. I am TheZOMBIEJ. I'll see you folks later. Have a good fucking day, and peace. Can't speak today for some reason.